Welcome to A Link to the Past Randomizer League Week number 2. We are in season number 6, and we've got a great invitational matchup here. Farm Friends versus We Should Hover Every Day, or Washed. I am Fear Agent, and joining me today in the booth is Claire Mouse, and we've also got Ike here doing the tracking. We're playing Kaz Boots. So we're going to do Escape. We're going to run through Hyrule Castle, kill some guards, rescue Zelda from her cell, and return her to the sanctuary. And then we're off. Like I mentioned, then we're off. Like I mentioned, we've got Claire Mouse in the booth. Claire Mouse, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking, Fear. I am certainly very excited for this race. You know, I do enjoy the stats that you have given. As you said, this is week 2 of season 6 for Link to the Past Invitational League, and certainly, I know that both of these guys have been around for many seasons of League, and I think Windfox is probably most consistent. I think his first appearance, I want to say season 2. And he's been
this is his first appearance in the Invitational League. Correct.
Yes, that's very true. And I believe actually even the first season that he was on, I think season 2, he was not actually on the same team. He was actually with a different team. And then season 3 and beyond, you know, like that he has stuck with, in this case, Tabby and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna ever since. And you know, as you mentioned, we got some promotions going on here from the Open League to the Invitational. It's really great to see.
They finished second place, I think, last year.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, phenomenal performances, right? So
good job, Ak, on starting his timer. I appreciate that. I don't think they have 0 points. I think they won.
Oh yeah, that's true. So correct. You are correct. Yeah.
I'm not sure about the Farm Friends though. I don't know what.
I think Farm Friends. I want to say that I remember checking the website. I think they had still 0 points. So I think that's accurate. We should all hover every day though. I believe they won both their co-op races. So I think it was Gem and Korek for 1, and of course Gem being Gem, he finds his first one of the 4 to find the boots and sword within like 2 minutes. So it was great. And then of course, you know, whatever magic Ak and Korek did in order to get the boots open and go on both tablets. Where like it was a terrible sequence, but yes, they know, you know, they know how to get to boots, because you know, if they have to hover, they need the boots in order to do that. That's definitely true.
Oh, so this is game number 2 between these teams?
Oh no, sorry. This
is game 1.
This is game 1. Gem and Tabby are playing in Saturday. Yeah, it was the 2 games I was talking about for was week 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ak is really good at the game, right? Like he
is, yes.
He almost won the main tournament a couple years ago.
Did he almost win? He was
second place, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2019?
19 or 2020?
Yeah,
like that.
It was, yes, yes, that's right.
He's washed. I mean, Korek and Gem have been playing, Gem especially, a lot in the last few years. I rarely ever see Ak play, so the wash name definitely comes from Ak. Windfox has been playing a lot, like you mentioned. He's been in the league every year since season 2. But you know, called up to the invitationals, earned the invitational invite. Right. So can a person who won their invitation beat a man who's washed? I don't know. We'll see. Well, I guess that's the question, right?
So I did check race time, and you know, like it certainly has been you know, good chunk of time. I would say, you know.
Wow.
Okay, you know what? No. Look at that. It is absolutely intentional. You know, this is exactly what we go for on Ak's side. You know, he knows exactly what the fans want. You know,
yeah, I guess so.
In order to defeat. I mean, what else you can do this for either?
No, is that a vanilla lamp? Kind of?
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah. If you don't end up getting it from your house, and you don't end up getting it from Secret Passage, the only kind of like last available place for you to go get it is actually Zelda Cell.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that. It's so great. And also, you know, by the way, like funny. I think you really probably only think about it if you find the ice rod early, right? It's like, of course you can freeze it, but you know, ether actually, yes, it actually does freeze a lot of things. Also very good in terms of it also does like instant kill a lot of things. It's just kind of like the ice rod, right?
Sure. And it's the fastest of the medallions, so.
Oh, for sure.
Using ether is not the worst. It's definitely funny.
Yeah.
And he didn't die to the ball and chain card, which
correct.
I'd be a little bit worried as someone who's a little washed. Fighting the 8 swings at the ball and chain guard. You might.
So for the record, AK has his own category called AK NMG, which is starting boots, and of course, basically, it's not necessarily like vanilla. I think it should be vanilla preset, but that actually does mean that he is pretty experienced, I think, with the ball and chain. Now, granted, again, maybe there's been a little bit of a gap.
I mean, when was the last time you
played? Granted, we have all of Escape to shake off the rust,
Yeah.
And of course, AK ran last week, with Korek again for co-op, and again, co-op. It certainly highlights a lot. It amplifies a lot of things and kind of maybe deprioritizes some other things. But I mean, you still have to be good, and kind of on your game, especially Invitational.
No, I'm just giving him crap for sure.
Oh,
just
for
because
sure.
It's Clearmouse, we don't have any bombs. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna get these 3 items in the back of Escape?
Should we hover?
Maybe we hover to them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, well, that's what Axe should be doing, right? Maybe I can figure out how to use Ether to get to the back of Escape. That's
maybe.
What I'm looking for. he's again, Axe is actually extremely creative. That's actually something I noticed doing watching him play kind of over the years. We have a lot of money. Oh, we have a hook shot. Suddenly, our hovering prospects look a little dire here.
Yeah, hovering's dead.
Oh, I'm so sad. Well. Maybe, technically, I believe if you can hover first try, it is actually faster than killing Moldorm and hooking over to the chest. So, maybe.
Maybe. So coming out of Escape, we've got the hook shot, and we've got a lamp.
And we got a ton of money.
You know what that tells me? We're doing ag of the day.
Look at that. Look at the hook speed. I actually do approve of this.
I don't know.
I do enjoy I like the different strats.
All right, so green pendant at Hera, a pendant at Eastern, and then it looks like a regular crystal at Desert.
Yeah. Ooh,
so again, the washed part.
Act not Bonk Rocks. Okay.
And
you know what? He doesn't need it. Okay, we only have 10 arrows on Windfox's side. We don't need those arrows.
Does he use a tracker?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he uses tracker. If it's auto tracking,
he doesn't. Well, I'll tell you, he's not using auto tracking.
Okay, all right, yeah. I don't know actually. I think
is, I'm gonna call blasphemy on his side.
Oh no! I mean, I think historically he has never done too much auto tracking, and certainly I think I want to say maybe if maybe during some pilot spoiler weeks, auto tracking certainly is a plus. But I think just for himself, he's never, I think, really done too much with auto tracking. Speaking of though, you asked about no bombs earlier. AK has indeed, bonked into those rocks. Not quite the hovering strategy that we maybe once alluded to, but he does have.
Would you get a second or just the one?
just the one.
Do you like just getting the one, or do you think you should go in and get another one?
Oh, okay. So I guess based on his teammates, or Korik and Gem, who have all recommended just to get one bomb, I'm gonna just go with that team's recommendation.
All right.
And you just gotta get a little lucky. Yeah, we're doing Aga. We got bombs. See, exactly. That's exactly why you get one.
I mean, do you just rush Aga now?
Do I personally rush Aga? Oh, maybe not quite. We have flute and hookshot. Thinking that maybe
it's like Fox is gonna get that second bomb.
Yeah, it's like it. Oh, either that or he wanted his fortune tell. We do have money.
It's true. 20 rupees.
Yeah.
Does the fortune teller actually tell you something in Rando other than?
No. It just actually tells you something not useful, just like some generic text box. All right, but this is actually pretty nice. One of the reasons why maybe people don't like to do Kakariko early is they're trying to get that flute or a bottle. Just find the flute though here. Not a big deal. We're gonna find a ton more money, just as the observation goes. We are almost up to 1,000, and this is granted it's pre-bottle vendor, but still, this is a ton of cash.
Yeah, they're flush with cash.
We bought a shield. Might want a refund. Yeah, kind of based on what I think we've seen on Axe side though so far. He's taking a little bit of some unconventional methods, routing potentially. We did in fact skip Bonk Rocks, and
that's not unconventional. That's just a mistake.
I'm sure he can route it in with King's 2. All right, that's whenever we get the myths. But One Fox did check Lumberjack for us. It was only 3 bombs, so we certainly do not need Aga today for that specific item.
We will need it for Dark World access, though. So.
Okay, perfect.
There's the Moon Pearl.
Yeah,
all right, now you go do Dark World.
Yeah, we're all ready, set to go.
We need the glove or the flippers, and I think you find one of those, you just immediately do Aga.
Do Aga? All right, call it here.
One of those 3 things.
Yeah. We can either call it at the 8-minute 51-second mark, or we can call it at the 0-minute 0-second mark. Either one, up to you. We're gonna probably see a lot of things happen at the exact same time, you know, on Axe side.
Yeah. You don't hear vanilla Link to the Past music very often.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I think actually.
Like what MSU is this? Oh, vanilla.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of very hardworking developers worked on this music. You know, it's and you know it's I don't know if it's necessarily even like critically acclaimed, but it probably should be. You know.
Yeah.
All right. So South Kakariko, nothing really spectacular. There's hard piece on library. Maze Race had 3 bombs. We have a single rupee coming out of the dam, but good use of that hook shot. Save us 1 dam entry.
That dam entry.
It is. You are technically correct, Fear.
Heart piece. Nope. No to that. Bush crabs, I think it was just single rupees, yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's actually pretty good to check, just because, kind of watching the resource counter, ignoring the 10 arrows that Windfox has a gigantic advantage over Ag for, because he checked Bonk Rocks, we are a little short on bombs. And you know what? If you have a couple of extra bombs, wouldn't necessarily hurt to use here Mini Moldorm, but, Ag, again, he is very resourceful. He knows what's up with that Ether Medallion. He used it on the green guard, right before the ball and chain guard, and he's using here Mini Moldorm significantly faster, I would say. Looks like Windfox actually going to blind check race game. And I guess
bold choice.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to tell Ack that we can reduce flash. I know that's again he's washed, so he probably hasn't looked at the website in a long time, but we can reduce that flashing. Whoa. Not used to that.
That's actually true, yeah. Alright, looks like though we are going to, we just did Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, both are entering the old man.
Well, actually, no, Windfox didn't do any of South Shore, right?
No, but both are rescuing the old man at the same time.
Yeah.
So, what did Ack get anything? No, right?
No, he got some rupees. that's kind of it. Yeah, South Shore in this case didn't really yield too much.
Yeah, Ack didn't check Ice Arcade, but that's fine. We've got the
that's
we
correct.
can go there anytime, and you got the hook shot, which gets us to Paradox, which is 7 items.
Yeah.
We just need one more to do Aga, or to get into the Dark World.
Well, there's Axe map check.
West side access, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's right. So we can't actually get up to Hera, no mirror, and force no hammer to kind of get over there from East Up Mountain.
Love using the bomb when you've got the hook shot.
Yeah. Look, we're just showing off the entirety of our inventory here.
Yeah.
Acted. It's like it's not necessarily consumables, but acted hook speed coming out of Sanctuary. So it's like we can't use the hook shot anymore, right? We kind of already used it for like the next 5 minutes. So he's got to figure out something else to do. Hope he lives. Good. Living is good.
Living is good. Such a bold statement from you.
Yes.
All right, clear. Windfox gonna take a look at Paradox. We got 2 in the bottom or top, however it works. That's why it's a Paradox, and then
that's right.
5 at the top or the bottom. Blue mail. So heart situation, health is all right.
Yeah. I say, for what it's worth, I don't know if Windfox is going to be the one running in Pilot Spoiler Week, but, this level of health, could actually be pretty nice in terms of practice.
Yeah. $50, more money. A bottle, okay.
Okay, all right.
First bottle.
That certainly could be, going.
There's our Master Sword.
Oh man, are your Agassises tingling yet?
I mean, I called Aga when they got that lamp.
Going off the charts,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Fear. So, question for you. Okay, if you did find, let's say, like we found the lamp in the front of Escape, right? So, if you had found like a Master Sword, or a cape, would you have just gone to Aga?
Yeah, immediately.
Out of curiosity, straight out of Escape.
Of course.
Okay,
save and quit. Right back to the castle.
Perfect.
Something red. Was it just a red rupee?
Yeah. Was it a red rupee or was it actually like something useful?
Sure.
Like the cane.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Yeah, Iker also confirming, you know, Iker tracking gigantic amount of veteran tracker, total experience. His eyes are like, he must have 10 eyes, honestly, but being able to, you know, snipe everything and also being able to keep track of all the items we found, what's been where, like he's awesome.
He is awesome. And there's our glove. All right, now you rush. Now you rush Aga.
Now you rush Aga.
Because that gives us access to, well, yeah,
we can
Eastern,
do
Saha.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah,
we have
Zora.
Saha, yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff. You could sequence break Waterfall.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, would you be tempted at all to dip into Eastern? It is a pendant. And
no,
so you don't
I'm not
necessarily
touching Eastern.
Okay.
I'm doing Aga. I'm doing Aga.
Right. Okay, yeah, you're right. We called it. You called it. You called it at like, yeah, exactly, like minute 3 or something.
I don't mind the Saha check. But here's the thing, with boots, I feel like I'm doing the water checks. Like I'm doing waterfall for sure, because that could be like a sequence break to get like the hammer or the other glove.
Yeah, that's
the Aga trip. And then Zora is in logic, so you could finish that up too.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for the most part, the like in casual booths, more often than not, people are going to, you know, go from South Shore, Ice Rod, Cave, Water Walk. That's our 3rd bottle, by the way, in Agina. Wow. And then, you know, go into basically sequence break out the flipper checks, yeah, because you can water walk with the boots. And of course, especially if you have more than enough money, Zora is definitely on the table.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm definitely water walking out of here.
Yeah, it looks like the Wind Fox has not done South Shore quite yet, but we have eventually made our way back, in Nora's case, to double back on some stuff that some of the stuff that Ak has already done. Looks like, yeah, Ak's gonna, you know, kind of maybe, I don't necessarily know if this is his plan, if it's just hedging, but it is certainly very reasonable for him to do. And then maybe, yeah, and then maybe, depending on how many more checks you think you want to maybe try and do, you know, in Light World, we already seen Wind Fox trying to do Agina. We might be seeing just a island scout. We are going to Hobo. Oh, because we can just float. Yeah, we can float back, right?
No, you can't float back.
We can't. You're right.
No, I would not be doing this, but we'll see if it pays off. I would check the island and then do waterfall and then but if this is the hammer, it's not.
You know what? We don't need bonk rocks on Ak's side, okay? We can just visit Hobo and we can just get the 10 arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like okay. So Axe is just gonna swim out of here, which is also fine.
He's got the pearl, so he can go into the waterfall, in and out, and have that state.
Yeah. Okay. If something is on Zora Ledge, we can't sequence break it, right? With this equipment.
Yeah, you can. You've got the moon pearl and the boots. You could double water walk.
Oh, okay. Swimming is difficult, and also swimming is really precarious because, especially in this version of Randomizer, like if you get hit in Thick State, you are time locked actually for quite some time. Not necessarily just like taking the immediate death.
It really stinks.
Yeah, right. You have to be very, very careful.
$20 and
free waterfall. Refill to
free blue potion. Yeah, that's always nice.
Right. Yeah, it looks like Ak is. Yeah, this is actually a really nice safety refill. Especially, I think, from some of like I want to say like previous, like maybe SGL modes where it was like a slightly harder item pool. Like coming here to Waterfall Ferry, people delayed it actually a little bit in those like casual boost modes, just so if you can maybe try and get a bottle out of it, because you get a free refill because all the bottles that you come up with are just gonna be empty.
There's the myths.
Wow!
All right, so here's what you got to do. Here's what you do is you. I'm trying to figure out. It's been a while since I've done this, but you set up the water walk in Ice Rod Cave by doing the dash right, and then you have to do it on the first try, but you fake flipper, but using the screen transition, and it stores that water walk, so you can jump down. When you jump down, you can be water walking off of the waterfall.
Okay. Looks like, you know what, we actually might just see this live. This is actually going to be really, really cool.
Because this is Aga. This is exactly it. This is saving Aga.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Because this is I'm pretty sure this is.
What's Wind Fox doing though? He's running out of Zora.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Like, is he trying to set up another water walk, like storing it or something, or?
Is he going to? Oh, he's going to Hobo.
He's running to Hobo. Oh, he is. Okay, so.
Okay, guess this is okay.
I have no idea.
Okay, so this is smart of Act to do the bomb thing because you have to do this on the first try. Because if you miss it, then it ruins it. So
who's watched Fear? All right, I don't think it's Ack in this case. I think they need to change their team name. He looks to be in pretty good form, honestly.
Yeah, and he could just walk in and walk out, and he'll still be fine. So
that's awesome. Now, of course, you know. Yeah, I was gonna say. Now that being all said, maybe there's just like a hammer or something sitting at Eastern, or the flippers don't matter, you know.
Because if you don't do that, if you don't like, say you don't have the pearl, you'd have to swim all the way there, and it's really scary.
Oh right, yeah, right. Because again, no flippers. We're trying to sequence break, and if you get hit, look at all of these terrible Zoras. Honestly, like they one hit, you are actually done. Really nice job, Ack.
It's super easy, right?
Really
it's
not
hard to do.
Did he almost get stuck in the wall? He did like all the hard stuff, and then suddenly he gets stuck in the wall. That would have been really sad. No, but really nice job. That's a very nice sequence break. You know, again, we don't necessarily know. You know, Eastern could still have something. Maybe WinFox is willing to go independent Eastern. You know, in this particular case.
I mean, he might be. He's got that going right back up to the mountain. Yeah,
it looks like. Well, we got Dark World access. We got Dark Death Mountain all ready to go for us. No mirror, but we don't actually care too much because, well, we don't. We saw already floating island. Maybe Ack will actually go over to he'll take the Turtle Rock portal. Never mind, we won't take the Oh, we have no hammer. Never mind.
Yeah, there's no hammer. Can't do that. I'm actually surprised WinFox is coming here instead of just doing Aga because he's banking on hammer being here or the flippers. That's you might not even be able to get all 3 items here. I feel like I mean, it's clearly an Aga seed, so. You know where the mids are.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? That's actually a good point because so like he has knowledge of this particular seed, and he knows that. Well, he has a lot more knowledge in this particular case. So yes, we can get up to 3 items, but of course that's not a guarantee, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and I mean, you're hoping for, I guess, the flute, or I mean, the flippers or the hammer, but
that's right.
It's more likely going to be bombs and 10 arrows you're going to find. The other one's on Armos or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for what it's worth, though, we do have the lamp, so Vanilla Big Key Chest is technically in logic. But I don't know if that's like a good or I don't know if that's an incentive or like a decentive because that chest takes forever, and maybe if you didn't have the lamp, you're just like, well, it's not logic. It probably won't necessarily help me, etc., right? And
so ether for Turtle Rock, we do have that.
Yeah, and we don't actually. Well, it is a pendant today, so we may not have to go in. Of course. There is our ice rod.
As you say, it's a pendant for sure.
Right on cue. All right, looks like nothing really here in Dark Death Mountain. Okay, that is 2 items out of Eastern. That was I think 2. No. Okay, one of them was already garbage, and I already forgot. But we just saw 3 bombs.
Two sets of 3 bombs. So he's got 6 more bombs that he can't carry because he's already full up. Now,
you think Axe can do bonk rocks?
We'll see. I really don't like this from WinFox because you're playing Ack, and yes, the joke is that he's washed, but Ack's a really good runner, and if you're gonna full clear, you're probably gonna lose. So. I feel like you do have to be a little bit more aggressive and coming to Eastern. Now, unless this pays off, is going to be
well, we kind of already saw WinFox. Oh, it's just a map. Yeah, I was gonna say we already saw WinFox, taking his time to go over to Agena as well. So I don't know, maybe his strategy or part of it is going to be we'll check some out of the way locations. Chances are Act was just not going to go into Eastern. And again, if something was there, right, that would have been a pretty monumental find for WinFox. But it looks like we're going to get Aga.
Play that way, and I don't think you're going to win if you play conservative. I feel like you've got to be aggressive. And that's just not paying off because not only has he done Eastern, which we know Axe not going to do unless things get desperate because it is a pendant.
That's right.
He's doing Aga now. This is just super. This is time lost because we know that there's nothing on Lumberjack. There's no reason to do this other than Dark World access, and Ack was able to sequence break the Dark World access with those mitts. So.
I guess I'm kind of curious to know in this case, if WinFox was comfortable doing, basically, what we saw Act doing, what you described earlier, was basically that double water walk store. I guess I don't know.
It's not common though. I don't feel like it. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I don't know if people know it is. It's not that common. I feel like it just doesn't happen.
No, you're absolutely
especially
right,
with
though.
Ancilla, you know, like if you get a bow, or I feel like the with Ancilla becoming more popular or known, then less people know about the double water rock. I don't know.
Yeah, it actually very well could be. I mean, granted, this game has like a ton of very like niche things that just come up. Oh, that's a really nice mirror in chess game. But you know, like we've kind of seen that, you know, more often than not, right? Like if you know, let's say like 85% or whatever percentage you want to, just arbitrary number, it'll get you through. You know, again, like most of the seeds, right? It just happens to be that those very specific situations, if you know something, is really useful. It's a very nice bow as well in the front of Thieves Town. You just kind of have to hope that those situations where you do get burned, and like in this particular case, if Windfox couldn't sequence break out the mitts, that it's not going to be something, let's say, important. And well, it's certainly a bit more, dramatic, having it happen in like, league tournament race. Please don't die, Windfox. All right, we're fine. And for what it's worth, Windfox also, like, if you want to use a medallion, he can. It's just that Ether is not really going to help him here.
Yeah.
It would just freeze the guards as opposed to like kill them. Oh, is this Cadence?
Sounds like Cadence.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, this is one of, I think, some of Act's more common MSUs. I think Cadence was definitely one of them. It's a real bopper. Alright, well, I mean, so it certainly does look like this is the logical way in order to get into Dark World. We're gonna hope in this case, for Windfox's sake, that there's not gonna be too many blue balls. Like, certainly, again, this is logical, which is absolutely fine, provided your opponent has done the same thing.
Yeah.
And Act, because he was able to sequence break out Dark World access for those mitts, like the more blue balls that you incur is just like a straight time detriment for you.
Yeah.
Okay, but meanwhile, though, Ack is in, looks like Crystal Thieves Town.
Yeah, he's going back. He's going to the back, no hammer. So he's counting on nothing being in the big chest. I haven't been counting the items here.
Yeah, same. We did find a bow for what it's worth on the front. Oh man, maybe Iker knows. Oh, look, Iker already knows. He's already posted in chat. 2 items, big key, small key. So. I
mean, that's why he's one of the best trackers in the game, right? Like,
yeah.
He's always on top of it.
Yeah.
Always appreciate it.
All right, that's 3 items. So we're actually
feeling pretty good.
Feeling
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to look. It looks like it's not one of the 5-6 crystals, but with that bow that he picked up in the front of Thieves Town, we can go do pod now. That's certainly on the table for him. I don't know what he wants to do.
But we don't have a hammer.
Good point. I forgot of these tiny little details that we in fact do need a hammer to go to pod. Also, by the way, going to pod without the hammer is also kind of terrible. And Windfox is not going to have too big of an issue because he's on the pyramid. He does have the extra portal. But Ack, on the other hand, based on what we've seen to sequence back the mitts, he is more than capable of getting over to East Dark Worlds. I'm just saying, like,
the hammer's just going to be over here somewhere, right? Like, he's going to find the hammer here somewhere.
Alright, so Act did find the map, so I think it's a 50-50 at this point, whether or not the compass is sitting in the big chest. We'll just hope that, at least for Act's sake, he's going to win that coin flip. Yeah, I'm talking about the Windfox. Again, he's checked a lot of out-of-the-way locations. He's checked Agena. He is now checking Catfish. Whether or not you count Eastern as a, let's say, quote-unquote, out-of-the-way location is certainly not something that most people, I would argue, to do. Looks like certainly not Act's case in this particular seed. Nice fight on Act's side. Very nice script. The better the fight is, the less blind is in the sunroof like area. So all the way in the upper left-hand corner. Nice job, Ack.
Also got all the items there too, so it doesn't have to come back.
Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah. So unfortunately for Windfox, some of these kind of like out of the way locations, it's not really paying off in terms of his investment. However, though, in Act's words, it only takes 1 item, right, to kind of like make the seed kind of like swing in the other person's favor. So Windfox basically finds something in his path that Act hasn't. It's going to be quite good for him. But very, very different approaches, right? Because, Windfox generally did, Aga, and he's kind of, I would say, taking the more or less Aga, post-Aga path, I guess, route, for this.
I always hate this when it is an Aga seed, though, where it's like, maybe the answer is just in pod, even though the seed gave you all the ability to get over to the west side.
Mm-hmm.
So the other pendants are Turtle Rock and what was the other one?
Looks like Hera.
Oh,
I think we knew that from the light world.
Yeah, 2 pendants in the light world. I forgot about that.
Yeah, speaking of those, so we are here in Crystal Skull Woods on Windfox's side. And again, this is even for those people who are adamant about skipping Skull Woods. You still, I've seen them come here more often than not, in an Agassi, just because, again, if this is your only way to Dark World access, which for Windfox it certainly is, getting anywhere here, like on West Dark World, is terrible. So this is why you do it.
Yep. It makes a lot of sense to do Skullwoods first, and it makes sense why Ack didn't, because he can just flute over.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pick up the rock.
He has the mitts.
Yep.
All right, but
so where's the flippers? I think that's the big question, right?
Yeah, we're definitely looking for them. We are also, of course, looking for the hammer. I am also very curious to see if we do find the flipper somewhere here in Ack's path. If you are going into, would you go into Swamp here?
Yes, because you don't need the hammer for Swamp Palace.
Yeah. Alright, looks like Windfox has not found everything. Well, I did see 20 rupees in the front of Skullwood, so that's
okay. So we got one.
Alright, but yeah, with the mirror that Ack picked up in Village of Outcast from Chess Game, he's going to be able to make all of this very efficient. This is exactly kind of what you want to have for Smith Chain. It's never a good sequence
you never want to do. You never want to do Smith, but this is the best. The only problem is it doesn't have a hammer. I think that's there's the flippers.
Yeah. Oh, there are the flippers.
So I think you just leave, right? If you're Windfox, I feel like you just leave. Just save and quit and go get the Go get the. You know where the mitts are. Go grab them.
Oh yeah. That's a great point. So actually, this is going to be kind of an interesting development because so we certainly do see some value here in Skull Woods. Provided Ack finds the fire rod, it's certainly not going to be an issue for him to get. Now, when he decides to go back to Skull Woods though without a fire rod is kind of an open question.
Yeah. But I mean, just look how much time Ack has saved over Windfox by sequence breaking those mitts. That was such a huge sequence break. I'm a little surprised that Windfox didn't know it.
Or did we already see it?
I don't think we're doing it because he dashed without.
Well, right. I know he left the purple chest.
So he can't mirror. He can't mirror.
Oh, okay. Oh, see, I care again. He's watching Ack much closer.
Oh, he did it before. Okay.
Exactly. Ack knows what he's doing. I think we might be the ones that are washed.
Oh, I'm definitely washed. That.
You want to join? You want to switch teams? Maybe that's a.
No, your mom's here at Rando team.
Oh, you're right. That's true. Okay, so I'm wondering. Yeah, Ack is really gonna. Yeah, he can't do much else here in Dark World. No flippers and no book means that we can't really do much else. So Ack is.
He's gonna do the purple chest. And then,
I forgot about the purple chest.
And then he'll probably do Skullwoods, get his flippers, and then maybe dash down to Swamp. I don't know. Flippers gives us access to.
Well, it does give us access into. Yeah, Swamp is one thing. I think they already did all of the water checks. Minus, I mean, they can get into Ice Palace. Nice boost, by the way. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh yeah, we can do desert. Yeah.
Oh, we have mirror, we have mitts, we have we have the mushroom that we picked up from somewhere.
Yeah, with those mitts, Windfox is gonna go back up to the mountain. It's likely that your hammer's up here, so.
Yeah, and while it does look like Windfox is trailing Ack just in terms of just rock coverage, which I guess to some extent is true. Just keep in mind that Windfox does have something pretty important out of Skullwoods, which is the flippers that Ack does not have. Because indeed, up a Death Mountain traversal and Thieves Town Village of Outcasts, like South Darkhold loop. You know, again, as you mentioned, right, the sequence break that Ack did in order to get the mitts out of Zora Ledge was a significant, you know, time portion that he just gained.
Yeah, and Moonfox didn't help the situation by going to Pendant Eastern.
Oh, true, yeah.
That really didn't help.
Yeah. And of course, you know, there is a little bit of, you know, copium, you know, for farm friends, you know, just because there is always that possibility that Ack also goes into Pendant Eastern, depending on his situation. So if, you know, so long as Ack does that, they can get the time back. But yes, like, more often than not, it's looking less likely that Ack will be diving Eastern.
And when he goes to Eastern, it'll be with a bow, so he'll probably finish it.
Yeah.
If he does go there, I just, you know, since we know that he's not going to find anything there unless it's on Helma.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I also don't know if I also don't know if he would be preferential in skipping Vanilla Picky Chest. Like we did see on Windfox's side that it was just a map, so it would be beneficial. But then again, I don't know, like if you're already there, Pendant Eastern.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're willing to skip it. So. Okay, there's Quake. That is my active though, according to. So we do not have Samaria to help us at least beat the dungeon, but we can go in.
Yuck.
Would you be tempted at all?
No.
Okay. Fair. I guess for what it's worth, like we do have Checkerboard Cave. Ack is
Checkerboard. Probably you check Agina and then. And I feel like you. I don't know. His options aren't great. Where's this hammer? Maybe it is in Mire. Maybe you do dip Mire.
We have seen many a hammer inside Mire. We have also seen that hammer in many places like Pod, for example.
Yeah.
Yep. Ice Palace, but we don't have any way to get in. So that's a little bit lower here
for now. Yeah.
And for what for the record, it also could be in the very first chest of Swamp Palace. That is a possibility. Specky Clip certainly makes that a bit more appealing if you don't have the hammer, because it's much, less risk averse. Exactly.
Does Ack know Specky?
I believe he does. I want to say that he did it last time in co-op, but I guess now I can't remember. All right, we did pick up the ice rod from
where was
Dark
that?
Mountain.
Where'd we get half magic? That's always nice.
Escaped. That was like one of the first couple chests.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whole time.
Oh, he failed in co-op. Okay. Oh, nice, Ack! I'm so proud. I'm so happy. Ack NMG. Here we go. Perfect. Any arrow count that's not 30. I'm pretty happy to see, or not the original count. So.
Why do you like NMG Landmo so much?
I think it just looks so elegant if you do it well. I know it's
nobody does it well except for like a handful of people.
Airy,
right? Really cool. Unless you're airy. It's awful.
It looks like a very well choreographed dance.
I think there's one item left in desert on the right side.
I think you're correct. So this also might be Axe. Dive into Mire. We do not.
Why don't you check the desert? Like small chance, right? But you still need a lot of items. I know, but why not check that other item in desert? Let's say it's
No, like right now, I think he's mirroring. And then going or not.
Oh.
I thought he was gonna mirror first.
I know it's unlikely, but I feel it's just like I've seen so many times this week where someone's like, I just need one item. I'll skip doing this because it can't be there, and then next thing you know, the one item that needed was there.
We also skip checkerboard, right?
Yeah, I feel like I understand going into Mire, but you have a couple, like three checks here that could possibly be Samaria.
No tilt, Ack, no tilt. Everything's fine in Mire too. I did like the fact that he has the ice rod. That's actually some nice game knowledge too, because you can actually. So I know, especially in cross keys, to be like ice rod is a valid weapon to go kill those Wizrobes. So, not oftentimes you get to see it, but it is. It could actually be required. All right, but yeah, this is Windfox now. I'm not necessarily playing catch up per se, but again, like this is a clearable Crystal Dunk for him, and I think probably after he finishes up Thieves Town, like I certainly don't think it's. I think it's very reasonable for him to just dive Swamp. Because with the flippers that he has, nice dash.
Yep, for sure. Hammer first chest of Swamp would be interesting.
Oh, that would I think turn things around like quite.
We just found the hammer right there.
We just found the hammer. Wow. Well, I mean, Ack has just made like I mean, one good move after another. Like,
okay, so
I mean,
what do we need? We need Fire Rod. That's it.
And Samaria.
And Samaria. Fire Rod, Samaria. Yep. Act needs to get the flips. Those are in Skullwood, so.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. So provided that the Fire Rod does show up somewhere, the flippers like would be pretty trivial, I think, for Act to get, provided he doesn't skip anything once he goes there. The main, I guess, like snag for Act would probably be like Fire Rod is in Swamp, right? So you have to dive Skullwoods before then.
Yeah, but getting into Skullwoods is pretty easy now that you can. I mean, it's getting to Skullwoods and back to Swamp. You don't have to like walk all the way down. You can just mirror.
Oh, for sure.
With the hammer now, so.
Yeah. I mean, the hammer, like, yes, it does obviously let you clear out a bunch of dungeons, or you can go get pod, right? But I mean, like, there's a reason why people complain about late hammer seats. It's just like the terrible overworld traversal. You have exactly one Dark World access point, which is Village of Outcast, and if you need to go anywhere that's not on the west side, you are in for a very long trek.
So he's gonna do Mire here, or all that he can get out of Mire. He got the big key. He'll look for the second item, and then he'll head over to Pod because that's fully clearable. And the most dense location that he's got, it's got 5 items there, I think, right?
Yeah. So I guess I'm curious. So like, if let's say you find the Fire Rod in one of these, locations before Pod, like, would you be willing to dive Ice Palace first? See if you can get Samaria there, or you really want to try and wait for Samaria, basically, in order to do.
I feel like you try to wait for Samaria. You do everything but ice, really.
Okay.
I mean, he's probably just sitting in ice, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's
here,
classic
maybe
Brando, right?
Oh,
that would also be very classic, Brando to find a vanilla item. But Act his haul though from Samaria-less Mire. Again, very, very worthwhile decision to make because.
We'll probably mirror here. Yep, this makes sense. Mirror here, now going to desert. He's got to get that small key from the middle chest still.
Yeah. But I mean, like this type of routing, I mean, again, Act did a very, very, he found a really good find in Mire. And if you are already here, this is probably, if you're just going to do the right side, then you probably, this is actually quite efficient. I have no idea if the mirror is faster versus running. I've never tried.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. Probably faster.
If Ack is doing it, honestly, I just kind of assume that it's faster.
Ooh, if Elithar's doing it, then I'm assuming.
Oh, okay. You're right. I guess he's on Team Watch, so maybe we shouldn't, assume anything.
Yeah.
We are also checking Graveyard Ledge on the side. Did we check Bumper Ledge out of curiosity? Do you know?
I don't think we did. I don't remember seeing it. Oh, there's a sword.
Ooh. Okay. So that sword can be significant.
Yeah, depending on the last one. I don't think Axe getting that.
Yeah, certainly not right now. Yeah, but I mean the way that Ack is kind of routed this
powder.
Well, we're gonna get powder. That's fine.
Yeah, he didn't have Windfox didn't have the mirror yet, so that's why he didn't do Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, and then he just left. So that was also the second item in Skullwoods. The first one was a heart piece, I want to say, in the map chest. But yeah. But I think as Fear basically just immediately called it, it was all right. You have the flippers, go get your mitts, right? And now you have access to everything.
Ack could add to his bottle inventory here.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So Windfox did finish up pretty much everything here in Village. Now we're gonna see if he wants to do. It looks like he's gonna do his overworld cleanup as well.
So where is Windfox gonna make time up? Like that's the big question because he's behind the Desert Clear. He's behind getting the Hammer and Mire. He's just gonna be following Ack. I'm not sure where he can make up the time.
So I'm assuming he's going into Swamp after this, and so if there's something good in Swamp, right, like Fire Rod, Samaria, like I think that can he can definitely gain some time in later dungeons. Maybe best case scenario, Windfox can go mode Pod, which maybe like depending on where the big key is, maybe Ack will have to go. He's going to go all the way to the back and clear. And get a bunch of
he needs to go to Swamp, find both Samaria and Fire Rod, and then immediately go to Mire to get this hammer. Then he can maybe make up some time. But I think that's the scenario that we need for Windfox here.
Yeah, and Right, so Ak, for his situation, the fact that he does not have Samaria, going into Mire and finding the hammer is very, very big for him. So yeah, but again, like if Windfox just finds Samaria somewhere else, let's say in Swamp, right? That hammer is going to be, well, actually, can it be first best of? I guess, yeah, no, he still could be in Swamp, Samaria. It just, you know, could be a required logical double dip, which would suck. But we can spec the flip, so we can just break it. But yeah, but like then...
He needs
like,
Axe to skip something, right? He needs Axe to skip left side Swamp and it have Samaria or something. I think that's kind of his out.
Yeah, or like the Fire Rod is kind of like, again, locked behind one of these items, right? And then he will do a bunch of other stuff, right? Either the same stuff that Windfox has done in order to gain some of the time back, or, you know, just basically take longer for the stuff that he is going to do. We are also seeing why maybe Ak is on team that we all should hover every day. This is a very difficult hover. Almost, though. Almost. One try is all good.
Looked washed.
They're true to their team name, all right? Like, he did get a hover, which is, I would say, I'm going to call out another one of their team members from last week. I did not see a single hover come out of GoRex, so.
Oh, boy.
Did you happen to see if this was bow locked or not? I'm paused. I don't think it matters.
It wasn't bow locked. There's a key and.
Oh, there's a key. Okay, right.
Wasn't immediately bow locked, at least. I think the back is bow locked, though. I think there's gonna be 2 keys here.
Okay.
And then there'll be a key in the vanilla big key chest. So the back is bow locked. Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess it doesn't matter too much in that, I mean, they both have the bow, so Windfox does not certainly have the hammer. It would be a very sad situation if Windfox does go to pod without the hammer, because it is, you know, not only of course is a trek to get back to pod, I mean, like, not even in general, like, getting to pod even with the hammer is like an extra minute. We don't have the hammer, so he goes there now.
Gotta at least do desert first, right? Like
desert, swamp.
Clear a crystal. Swamp for sure. I'm definitely doing swamp in this situation. Do you think Ak is assuming that his opponent also got those mitts early?
Maybe. I mean, the thing is, as you mentioned before, like the double water walk, like it might be, you know, Ak basically just pulled it out, like it was, you know, again, just like out of, you know, like out of his, you know, like repertoire, a bag of tricks, right? I don't know if he thinks that it's, you know, common knowledge or not. So.
I don't know why he's opening this. Has to be a key. Not key counting. He's not key counting today.
we gotta get the the we part, you know, or the rest of the acronym basically, other than just like the hover.
He skipped it because he couldn't do it at the time. That's why he skipped that one.
I was actually wondering, so like for him getting that, well, no, I guess it's always gonna be key for key. He did not hammer jump, right? He just literally.
No, he just used all of his keys.
Yeah.
The book.
Fun, terrible location for the book. We don't want to go anywhere on East Death Mountain, or the west side of Death Mountain, like Hera and all that, you know, Spike Cave, Ether Tablet. We also don't want to go back to Bombo's Tablet because it's a pain. Because well, actually, you know what? Maybe Ak can. Windfox does not, but maybe Ak is going to do that.
So he's gonna come out of here and he's gonna mirror, and he's gonna go swamp. Is that his next play, right?
Ak? Ak still needs slippers.
Oh, right. So he's got a bunch of terrible choices. Like you go to Skullwoods that you can't complete. You can go up to Hera.
Yeah.
He could go into Eastern. Give some of that time back.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I guess maybe that's one of the detriments of going to pod now. Like you have the mirror. Like, you know, like it's like the illusion of choice, or like the paradox of freedom. It's that once you're given a choice, you have to make a decision, right? If you weren't given the choice, like let's say we didn't have the mirror. Oh, we can't do Eastern. Oh well, you know, like you don't have to worry. But now you have that available to you. Some decisions are definitely harder than others. But I mean, we're still looking for some pretty major items. We're still looking for Fire Rod. We're still looking for Samaria. For Windfox's sake, he is also looking for Hammer.
Why does he have 2 keys? Did he pick up the
Oh, did he pick up the Specky one? I don't know. Sorry, I wasn't watching on one spot.
He must have, because he has 2 keys. People have to stop doing that. It's a time loss, especially if you're doing left side swamp.
Oh my gosh,
because
dude, that was
stop picking that key up. Do not do it.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're supposed to pick up that key if you don't do left side first.
If you don't do left side, yes. If you're not doing left side first, then you save it for when you do left side and you come back in. But if you just don't pick that key up.
Okay, all right. Don't pick that key up. Lessons by fear. I agree. Lessons by fear, though. Speaking of, we might be having a little bit of trouble on Diver Down.
Yeah, he's only got 2 bombs too.
Yeah, kind of another thing that you would really like to have Samaria for. This is his last attempt. You know what? Maybe we won't do left side.
I don't think he's. Yeah, I guess it's good that he did pick up that key.
Yeah, everything's fine. Ish. Alright, that was Ack. That is Helmet down for Ack the Boker.
So pod completely empty. We're still missing the last 2 items. So where are they?
Is this a 5/6 crystal? This
book. Okay, so we got the book. So that's 2 items. Our other 5/6 swamp. I guess so. We got Pyramid Fairy is available. The book checks. Hera we haven't seen. We haven't seen the boss of Eastern.
Yeah, we have not seen Hera.
Oh, yeah,
we're going in. We're going in.
Yuck. I guess, like I said, when he comes back here, he'll have the bow to finish it. And if the item is on Armos Knights, that's just like salt in the wound.
That would be pretty detrimental for Windfox. So while this debate doesn't come up as often in non-keys, non-entrance modes about how polarizing dipping Eastern is without having a completely dippable, right, big key and bow. This particular situation, though, as you alluded to, if something here is on Armor, that's one of the reasons why you may want to wait, for Eastern to be completely clearable. Because if something is here, I mean, this is going to be just furthering, furthering propelling Axe basically lead.
Yeah, we'll find out. So far, there's 2 items on the left side swamp, but they're all just trash. So
yeah, it was a bunch of money. I mean, maybe you're happy playing retros.
We're gonna see the flooded room. We don't see this very often we don't see this very often anymore with Diver Down, but he has no bombs and no Samaria, so Diver Down is not an option. Alright, so he's going to open that chest here. The big chest. Is it in the back of Swamp? We got the mirror shield. No. Oh, the other bow. Okay. So silvers are available. Readily available. That'll help Ack since he's down a sword.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely for sure. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, that was
Windfox counting the items, realizing there's just map compass left, so not even open the last 2.
So I guess I'm kind of curious then if Ack. Well, I guess it will depend on the situation. What Ack's situation is going to be when he does do Swamp. With 2 items left, maybe 3. No, I think Windfox will be able to open the pictures. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 items left in Swamp. Does he want to go back in? Don't know.
He's committed to Eastern now, right? He's got the mirror out. Wow, he's leaving.
Oh, okay, never mind. We're not committed to Eastern.
I just don't understand it. If you're gonna go in, finish it. Otherwise, just don't go in. I don't know about that one. And now Ack wants to make this close, apparently.
Well, so Ack has not done the logical Aghanim clear, right? And so it looks like he's going to go to Pyramid. Oh, is he going to Catfish? I don't know if he'll just do Graveyard Ledge into North Dark World. That would be the other option. So
he's friends with Dunka, right?
Yeah, but he's on a team with Gem. I feel like one of your allegiances has to break here. And okay, for what it's worth, if this is a logical Agaseed, right, even Gem will go into Skullwood. So maybe everything's going to be consistent and right with the world.
Yeah, him skipping out on those flippers is giving back time to Windfox here, because now he's just cleaning up stuff that he doesn't need to do.
Yeah. But I mean, again, You were right there, right? And again, like this is the paradox of freedom of choice. Is you have to make.
I don't understand not checking, not going back to Armos Nights. If you're going to make the decision to dip into Eastern, why not just finish it? He's going to get that sword too.
Yeah, that definitely looks like it. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a sword into North Dark World, and he might be doing the exact same thing that Windfox did. Like basically taking those slippers directly to Swamp. We still don't have Ice Palace access for what it's worth. So
yeah, once he gets the flippers, it definitely go Swamp. I mean, that's his next crystal available.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh, that's right. We also have Powder.
Both, we haven't seen that.
Both Windfox and Ag did not. They already got all the too.
Yeah, we haven't seen Hammer Pigs.
Ag, I think, is pretty happy to see that Temper Sword. I mean, I do think that he, is very capable of Master Sword. Silverless.
No, you always want Tempered Sword. Tempered Sword makes your life so much easier.
It is. The game is Omega playable with Tempered. And given that we know that he's going to get Silvers eventually, just because they're pretty free in Swamp, okay, we're going straight back over to Catfish on F-side.
He doesn't have flip.
Well, I guess he can always go back to Skullwoods after this, because he has the mitts, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, is he's always been able to go back to Skullwoods just when.
Well, it might. I don't know. Depending on how many times we try current jump and
got it. First time.
We got it. That's right.
He also left an item in desert. No, he went and got it.
After no, he got it. Yeah, he just did it after Myers.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'm gonna assume that Windfox probably does both. Like he'll do like the right to left to the right.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, this entire time, Windfox is still without the hammer.
Yeah, late hammer. Great fun steeds for casual boots. Yeah, but at this point, though, we are still... I mean, and for what it's worth, like, I think this was also pointed out earlier in chat, we could also find Bombos Medallion. That is going to be... Like, that is also Ice Palace access. And, we have... For those of you who are familiar with the Rule of Fire, more of a guideline maybe, go to Ice Palace to go find your Fire Rod or whatever.
Do you want to find Samaria first or Fire Rod first?
I would like to find... Well, I think for ease of use, it'll be Samaria, just because you can just clear out Mire, right? And then you can just go mode Ice Palace. But
then maybe Fire Rod is in Turtle Rock?
Fear, don't do that to me. That's a very sad... You're right. That's a very sad scenario. You want to break between this match and like the 1 and 11,
That's right. I'm hoping for this to be over soon. Come on, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to Skull Woods. Ack, why are you not going to Skull Woods?
Where are we? Oh, maybe are we doing Powder?
This is Powder and Hammer Pigs.
Hammer Pigs, okay. Is Powder further on than Sphere? Like it was behind.
It's pretty deep, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I got both items out of Mire, right?
Yeah, there's no reason to go back to Mire until you're ready to finish it. Fourth bottle, come on, it's got a fairy in it too.
That's right. This is not 216. No, it's not the podcast nor the mode, so we don't have to go pick up freestanding items here.
We could turn it into a 216 podcast. When did you start playing video games? That's how we start.
That's right. What was my answer when I was on the?
That's a long time ago.
I don't remember anymore.
I remember you played video games with your dad. That's what I remember.
Oh yeah, that's right. He used to bribe me. He's like, you know what? If you eat your vegetables for dinner tonight, I'll give you 1 round of Mario Kart. That was what.
That's awesome. All right, so it's not the answer here.
Nothing's on Magic Bat. Nothing is on Hammer Peg. So where's that going?
Pyramid Fairy. He's got to go Skullwoods now, right? Because then you got his options are even worse now because you've got Hera, which is still available, and Clearable. I think that this is Skullwoods because this is all he has left over here.
Yeah, it looks like the Windfox, though. We're going to take that mirror straight up and no book. We're going to Hera, I guess?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't understand. Myers fast. Dipping into Myers fast unless you do cutscene. But everything in Myers pretty fast. It's like one of the best dungeons to double dip because it doesn't take as much of time as some of the other dungeons. So
now, for what it's worth, though, like WinFox can still be correct, right? We are still missing Fire Rod. We're still missing Samaria.
Yep. And he might get hammer go mode for all we know.
That would be so interesting. So I mean, you know, Act could very much go. Now, of course, like the thing that's going for Act, though, I mean, among probably other things in the seed, is that he does have the book from Hera or from Pod. So WinFox is going to miss out on the tablet.
I mean, I want it to be Armos Nights just because it's awful, but I also don't want it to be Armos Nights because I am doing comms in
11. Yeah, too, 2 hours. That's right. So we need the C to go fast. Well, I mean, Ack is still on time. You know, second 0. So he's doing a pretty good job. WinFox, though, I don't know. This is kind of dragging here on.
There's the Fire Rod.
Oh, that is the Fire Rod. Well. Okay, if you are WinFox, are you? So you're certainly you can finish Skullwoods. I believe both items were found. Would you go into ice?
I think it was only one item found. I think there's another item on the moth.
No, I think there were. So we got flippers, and then we also got.
Oh, they were. Oh,
keys,
okay.
I think. Yeah.
I didn't trust you, but I do trust Ike here. So.
Oh, thank you, Fear. It's okay. I understand. You know, Iker is way more reliable, so I would trust him over me too.
All right, so that's so. He's gonna go Skullwoods, and then he'll probably do Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah.
I really hope WinFox doesn't try to do ice before Meyer.
Well, right. So yeah, that's the question, right? Is like you very know. I mean, like what is a really rando, you know, home for a hammer? It could, you know, it could be Pod, it could be ice. That very well could be, you know, like one of the locations.
Where's Ack going? Why is he dashing?
We should not chunk Bumper Ledge, maybe? Did he forget this?
He did not check Bumper Ledge.
Interesting. Oh, I guess, yeah, that's also, you know, true. Because he just did Graveyard Ledge, and then he went back to Catfish, so... Oh, WinFox, taking out the green pendant. Yeah, that's also true.
I kind of hope this is Samaria. Nope. Just some more arrows.
It was just more arrows.
Like it.
Yeah. Did you happen to catch how many items there were in Hera? Did we find both of them?
Yeah, he found both.
Okay.
He was able to skip a couple of chests because he found
both. We are finishing Eastern, by the way. We don't have the hammer to go to Pod, so this is gonna be Armos Nights. This is gonna be the last item.
Armos Nights versus. I don't get it. Like Meyer's not a bad check.
I mean, okay, so it's this, right? It's Meyer without Samaria.
I mean, he hasn't been to Pod.
Hammer?
I would do Pod before I did the back of Armos Nights or the back of Eastern. He hasn't touched Pod. That's 5 items that he has
Pod, correct.
access to. I don't know. I mean, hopefully it's here. Hopefully for him it's here because that would probably give him the W.
Yeah, Act definitely definitely leave. With as we saw on both WinFox's and Act's side, there is an item here just sitting on Armos Nights. So okay, so Act might full clear this. I mean, he probably will. We're still looking for stuff, but I guess
it's probably just Pyramid Fairy though, right? Like that's probably the answer, or just ice.
Yeah, but so WinFox needs a hammer, or I mean, he wants the hammer to go into ice. Ack needs anything in order to get into ice. Bombos, Fire Rod, like. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand. I don't understand this play.
Oh well, none of the plays probably even makes sense until you find the item that you need, and in which case, like we just results everything, and we're all good. Okay, so I was gonna try another time. I think I remember seeing him do this in practice. Nice job, Ack. Very well done.
First try.
Faster than curtain jump.
Faster than his current jump, that is correct.
Of course, WinFox taking advantage of these silvers. Wait, nice spot.
There's
oh my god! It is Mario.
Wow!
Unbelievable! Armos, holy cow!
Unbelievable!
WinFox's stock for Farm Friends suddenly just risen significantly.
He is hammer go mode, so all he has to do now is go to Meyer. Which he's going to do because...
Well, he has Samaria now, right?
Yeah. So he's got Samaria. I can't believe it. I am stunned. Axe not going back. Axe not going back to Eastern.
Oh my gosh, probably not. He's gonna go to Axe still needs to go to Hera to go get his fire rod. In which case he might end up full clearing Ice Palace. Like without Samaria for that matter.
I don't know why he didn't finish. Like, I wouldn't have been in Eastern, so I wouldn't have made that decision, but I don't understand why you go all the way in and don't finish it when you know you have one item left. And there's 3 items missing. I just don't understand.
Yeah. I mean, well, maybe he wanted to at least like hedge some bets, you know, like for early Eastern dippers. Like, you know, the bow was certainly in Dark World, so maybe he just want to make sure that he was kind of like at least on par with someone who decided to dip Eastern early. But I guess, you know, we'll see, right? But so Ak, yes, he is definitely down that Samaria from Eastern. He does have a raw crystal lead over Windfox, but yeah, the big question is when he's going to. Well, first he needs to go to Hera, or at some point he needs to go to Hera to go get.
I think he goes to Pyramid Ferry next, right? And then he goes to Hera because it's like the most dense location that he's got. I think it's one of the only locations that I'll have left. He'll get his fire rod, and then he'll go to Ice. He'll finish Ice.
So the fear though is that he's sorry, no pun intended fear. The concern is that he will full clear Ice Palace without Samaria, right? And depending on where the items are, like go mode Ice Palace. That's
go mode, by the way, for Windfox.
Oh yeah, for Windfox, yeah. So I mean, like, so Windfox's Ice Palace is going to be, I mean, probably just objectively faster than Axe, just because Axe still will be looking for stuff, and he also won't have Samaria.
I mean, he's going to get his fire rod, right? And then he's going to full clear Ice.
And then, what else do we have left to do?
Thankfully, he can't do Turtle Rock. There's no Turtle Rock.
That's a great point. That is a great point, actually. So he could still do Spike Cave. That is also something available to him up on the mountain. But
he has a lead, right? Like,
for sure. I mean, like,
gave him the lead. The question is, this evens it up because he has to go back to Armos Knights, which I think is going to be his very last check.
Yeah, and I think at this point we also know that Pedestal is not anything, correct? Because, well, we in this case like Turtle Rock's a pendant, so. Well, that's certainly not encouraging for Act to go back to Pendant Armos for that last item. However, though, as you did say, we are probably running out of locations. He's already done a lot of pretty terrible things, or terrible locations. He hasn't done anything terrible. He has just checked a lot of bad locations. You know, Catfish, and he's also done some of the out of the way ones already, like Agina very efficiently. You know, Meyer Desert combo. He's already done Hobo, so yeah, like the number of spots though, like for Axe efficiency, is certainly very limited at this point. He doesn't have too many bad positioning spots. That being said though, he like every single thing that he's not doing right now before Pendant Armos is going to be probably longer than what Windfox is going to do. Yeah,
he's going to go to Ice without Samaria. That's slow. It's just slower than with the Samaria. So.
Oh, actually, did Axe skip left side? I think he did skip left
side. He did skip left side. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't. He really can't go back to left side. That would be pretty terrible.
It's 2 items.
It is 2 items, and versus like 1 in Armos. I don't know. Like, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so this is Crystal. So Meyer Crystal down for Windfox. So Windfox has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4th Crystal. We did clear out 2 pendants already. So, and then Ak is getting his, he's getting this particular pendant now. So almost tied up.
So he needs to do Pod, Skullwoods, and Ice. He gets to go, like Skullwoods, you just go to the back because he's already got the 2 items on the front. Ice, he gets to go mode, and Pod to go mode, but it's not a kind pod. I think the big key's in the back.
Oh, is it in the back? Okay. That was my next question to you was where was the big key?
Yeah,
because if it's in the front, then he's gonna also save a good amount of time over at Ruby Hallway. Thank you. This is why.
Oh, the shovel! Oh, gosh.
No. That is not what you want to see.
I wonder do you think Ak kills Moldorm?
Probably. It's a green pendant. Maybe that'll also be further incentive for him to finish up Eastern. I don't know. But actually, you do have a good point though, because he's gonna get Fire Rod, and then he's gonna be like, okay, well, Samaria is just in Ice, right? Let's just leave. Oh, this is pretty tense. Alright, but Windfox is already in the back. Yeah, so yeah, as you did mention, he's gonna be able to go mode Ice Palace. We've already he basically just went straight to the back for Meyer and also moved back from Skullwoods because we've already gotten all the items out of this. Back is really having a terrible time here with the mini Moldorm. Okay, nice. I'm glad we got it. That bomb scared me a little.
Yeah.
Alright, but this is certainly very, very necessary for Ak as well. And yeah, like, even though I think Windfox might be leading, I think, Crystal Count after this. Or maybe Dungeon Count for that matter. You know, like, Ak's gone. Alright, this is actually be a really good time save for him, provided he does not come back. Alright, looks like we're gonna finish up Skullwoods first. We do know that, yeah, again, even on demonstrating Windfox, it's just the crystal that we care about.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to Ice Palace. So we might get a little bit of a sinking, but yeah, the timer is definitely ticking on Ak's side for him to.
Not literally, but not.
Well, okay, yes, you're right. We can't actually see anything on Ak's timer. But yes, like he does have a limited amount of time for him to go back to Pendant Armos and get some Aria.
I don't know how much time does he have, because Windfox is in go mode and he's still searching. So.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned before though, the real kind of like heartbreaking moment for Ak was like he decided to leave after Vanilla Big Key Chest, you know, and with one item, you know, no on Armos Nice on Eastern. But he has made some really good decisions as well. Like he did leave Pendant Hera after getting the Fire Rod, which is certainly that he needs that time save at this point. So.
The real problem is he's orphaning a lot of different spots, and so he's gonna have to choose to which one does he want to go back to, right?
Yeah. And I think technically Spike Cave is also on the table for Ak. Like that is something that he also. I mean, after he found the Fire Rod in Hera, like. We did not do the boss for Green Pendant. We also did not do Spike Cave. Like, I mean, I think it does make a lot of sense because he's just missing one more item and he just needs some Aria. So, kind of, it does seem like it. You know, it only just takes one item, and that one item, you know, I guess Eastern Palace was the Armos Nice was the thing that kind of really swung things for Windfox here. Actually, yeah. So I think you were kind of right about this because so Windfox is he still has Go mode Ice Palace to go through, and he is here kind of in the middle of Pod. Ak still needs to look. He will do all of Ice Palace, and then we maybe miscounted items on Ak's side.
Yeah, I think that's why he came back to Skullwoods. He thought there's still an item here.
Oh, I see. Actually, did he do?
He did the front.
Okay.
That's where his flippers were. So he got the flippers and then went back to the front. Of this, I think he did.
Okay.
We'll find out right here.
Yeah, I guess we are gonna find out. So he did front, and then so did he find the other item then?
Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
I think he just miscounted.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Easy to do. And this is ice.
Yeah, so this is gonna be ice for Ak. But yeah, so actually I'm kind of actually just wondering now though, because yeah, Ak still has all of Eastern to do, in addition to I guess like Meyer.
Once he comes out of ice, I feel like we'll have a better gauge of the clock.
Yeah.
Because after Pod, Windfox is gonna come here. The unfortunate thing for Ak is Windfox gets to go mode it. If you're rooting for Ak, you want the items to be early.
You want early on the path, like no iced tea. Like hopefully, if something is on the right side, maybe Ak.
I think it's like you want 3 key. You want this one to be a small key, and then the right side to be all 3 items. I think is kind of what you want. Like iced tea is probably the worst.
Yeah, well, iced tea, especially without Kane, is it's always just a bad check. Like nobody, you know, it's probably one of the most common ones to skip. We also, all right, Windfox did not open the chest. I'm not Sorry, I really wish I was watching what was happening in Pod on his side.
Oh, he got the big key, so he's.
Oh, okay.
He's
Oh,
out.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Ice Palace bomb jump, anyone?
Yeah, Ak is showing us all of these. Well, so we're going, a little bit, retro here. Yeah, back to, like the pre-icebreaker days, of Randomizer.
All right, so he's got the key, so he'll head right, and we're gonna hover.
We hover, yeah. We all should hover every day. Nice. Oh, almost. We got some more tries though. The diagonal hover is actually kind of hard.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Usually,
okay. So that fire bar though,
yeah, I usually go down and then to the left, I think. But he's got.
All right, nice job, Ak.
No problem, first time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is why we should all hover.
Yeah, I apologize. I promised us a nice Palace bomb jump, and you did not come through for us.
He saved himself a bomb. Maybe he doesn't need it, but it.
I don't know what he needs it for, but sure.
Mm-hmm.
Check this item first, just because you're one item from go.
Yeah.
A map.
You're gonna do the right side. I don't think we found any items right so far. We just found a small
key and then the map, and now we'll take a look at the right side. As Helma is about to die. Die he does. Compass.
Oh my gosh, it's map and compass. That's so terrible.
Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh my gosh, and a small key. This is like the worst. Well, I mean, is it good or bad for Ak?
I don't know. It's
just like
the
I
problem
could have
is he's
skipped all
probably
this,
have
right?
to check Ice-T with this now because
my gosh.
I think it depends on the layout. It's not the layout you're hoping for.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I guess and Windfox he's gonna go through on the right side, and he doesn't look like he'll probably get any items out of Ice Palace, but I mean at this point, he's got Tempered and Silvers and half magic, and I don't think he really needs anything at this point in order to beat the game. Yeah, it looks like so. This is gonna be Ice-T for him, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't be doing this bomb jump. we're gonna try and do this bomb jump again. All right, definitely. All right, we're
How come we didn't just hover it?
That's a great question, actually.
We should all hover every day.
I don't actually know if I've seen a lot of people hover that particular one. It just seems like maybe the bomb jump is just so much more reliable.
I think it's because if you fail, you fall down to the other.
Okay, probably true.
The other ones, you just lose a heart.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this was all Ak all day, and that one decision is exactly what needed to happen for Windfox friends.
I mean, and I think that was maybe part of Windfox's. It seemed like that was part of his strategy too, right? Was that like he checked a lot of early things, like, like he checked Agina, like out of the way things, right? He checked Agina, he checked Catfish early, like he went into Eastern, pretty early as well. So. Like, maybe that was just part of, things that he really was interested, basically, in trying to, maybe find a location that Ak may not have, visited.
Yeah. He's not too far behind where Ak is on Ice Palace. So Ak needs to go to Armos Nights, which is not guaranteed to do next. I don't know what he does next, but he does have stuff that he's skipped all over. So it's kind of like, pick your poison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, maybe it's definitely, like, certainly if you're rooting for Ak, like, you really obviously want him to go to Armos, like, right now. But as you mentioned, there are a lot of also kind of terrible locations that are
Did you do Left Side Swamp before Ice Armos?
Oh my gosh, dude, I don't know. It's a really, I think it's just a really hard decision.
It's got the flute out. Spike Cave, maybe? Oh,
he's
dig
doing
spot.
shovel. Right. I did forget about the shovel. We did get off of ether tablets.
All right, that's Crystal 7. Gonna head up to GT now. Where's Ack gonna go? He's at 1. This is Spike Cave? No, 2. He went to 2. Don't need to go to 2. 4
this
means
looks
swamp.
like east. Oh no, swamp. Oh, we're going back to left side. I see. I mean, it does make sense. There are 2 items back.
2
here.
items. Yep.
Yeah, and that certainly beats like the 1 on Armos, and P's already, I guess, like taken. He's already gotten rid of. Like we're not doing pedestal at this point, right? He's already left Hera, so. Really, I mean, oh man, it's hard. And when you're kind of faced with these decisions,
it'd be hard to do ped when you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but no, this is, I mean, looking at Windfox's tracker, this was definitely a very full seed. The only thing, I guess, saving grace for the seed was that we did not have to do Pendant Turtle Rock at all.
Yeah.
We basically got, I mean, it's not quite Samaria Go mode, but it is Hammer Go mode. I mean, it's not like you could actually get into Turtle Rock either without the hammer, so. Yeah, but this is gonna be. I mean, this is really great for farm friends. For Windfox, yes. I mean, I think they did take a 0-2 series earlier in week 1, so I'm putting up I mean, what looks like to be on the trajectory for a victory.
Yeah, the path is his. Side. The path to victory is his. It's just.
We just have to. We still have to get there.
It just has to get there, but it's definitely his right now.
All right. Well, good.
Which so I would have said after 30 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Like, see, no, Ack, like, Death got his practice the first time in Specky. First time Swamp Palace, so very smooth second time through. All right. Yeah, I do see a bunch of guesses for where people are postulating where they think that last item that they need in order to finish the game is that GT big key. Is there a prediction?
I
have no idea. I see a little, like, 6, I think, by somebody, so maybe there was one in chat. I guess I can't tell, so. It looks like we're gonna do left side first on Windfox.
Left side first. Gonna go
get a small key on
probably. I don't know. I know there's like a popularity with Rando Rush. I think that's kind of become a thing.
Is that the new meta now, Fear?
Like
I used to think it was. I thought it was like Dark Magician or not Dark. It was like Stalfos Room into, into Hope Room.
Yeah.
And then there was the other one where it's like if you go to that's a lot of keys.
That's a lot of keys. All right, Hope Room is not have a big key or a small key, so.
Yeah, and this is one of those scenarios where, I mean, I guess for better or for worse, like this is going to be one of the high variance ones, right? Whether you want to or not, like this is what's happening. So if you go to Hope Room first, you are probably not seeing Compass Room for a couple minutes, probably at the very least. Yeah, but it looks like I mean, you're absolutely correct, right? Like Ack, based on what he has done and what the choices options he has left, it's very difficult to go back to Armos. Because it is only one item, and we know that the pendant also is not worthwhile. So you're really going for, well, just that one item versus,
he's gonna get the green pendant first.
Yeah, well, we also Spike Cave for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Like.
And there it is, Compass Room. So that actually works out if you're a Hope Roomer like me, where you go Hope right. And you wouldn't get a key, so DM wins that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stalfos Room first. I mean, and that's one of the proponents, especially depending on maybe how much you also want to meta out the state of the race for your situation, is that if you want to really reduce variance, right? The safe quote unquote route is really to just do Stalfos Room into Hope Room because you have a guaranteed key. In this case, we got a guarantee like 4 keys. But yes,
it was a lot of keys for sure, which is why you didn't pick up that key in the next room. Didn't need it.
That's right. Oh, Oh no. Actually, I think maybe was there another item in Hera, like on the boss itself? Because we just got the fire rod and left, right? On Axe side.
There's two. Yeah, there was an item on the basement.
Okay, okay.
Big key item, and then you get the fire rod. So I'm not looking forward to this interview. I like talking to both these guys, but it's like, why did you skip that? Is always a tough question to ask someone. Like, and why did you go there? Is also another tough question. Like, WinFox had a lot of different options, and he went to Armos Knights, which is like,
that's also very
didn't understand
true.
that one, but it worked out. Which is always also a hard question to ask. Like, why did you do this? because it worked out. Is why.
Yeah, well, right. I mean, I think for what it's worth, like, I don't know. Okay, certainly Ak is going to last location, this Samaria.
Yeah.
However, though,
he also did count the items.
Oh no. Okay, this might be a little bit bad.
yeah.
But I mean, but I was thinking like, okay, like you have Samaria on Pen and Eastern, like no real reason to go in. Like if you end up losing, like maybe your opponent also kind of did the same thing, right? So I'm just wondering, like, I don't know how much copium it is to tell yourself that. I mean, but I do think it is reasonable for you to think that, okay, maybe my opponent also, last located this item. It turns out in this particular case, WinFox kind of went straight for Samaria. So that wasn't true. But yeah. Yeah, apologies in this case about some of the technical difficulties. I don't know if it's. I think also for what it's worth, we've kind of seen also like Twitch misbehave, at least more recently. So very, very much believe in this case that WinFox is making good progress. Sorry, Ak.
That's a real feel bad when it's the map.
Yeah, sorry. All right, looks like we're gonna finish up the mountain. At least do Spike Cave. Actually, I guess through all of this, we had actually not found that fourth sword either. I mean, it could certainly just be much further into GT, right? Like Rando Room or something, because we definitely didn't see that here. And we're not going to check any upper GT because WinFox is already done.
What are we looking for? What
I was just wondering where that fourth sword is.
Oh,
like we found the third one in Graveyard Ledge, right? And it turns out to be, oh wow, that's a terrible item to go find.
What was it? I missed it.
It was a single arrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of insulting, like to go all the way over there and.
We didn't see all of Charter Rock 2 and the rest of GT. So
that's also
a lot of checks available.
All right, yeah. So unfortunately, I think this was brought up earlier. Was that I don't think Ak has any real left to go. You did mention this case. He's gonna turn a green pendant. But yes, like we are completely locked out of Charter Rock, and that's what I think he has exhausted all his other locations.
Yeah, I don't think he has anything left. Crazy how a race can turn on a dime, right?
It just takes one. It can turn on a Samaria. I mean, like, and depending on like the go mode item, I mean, I think technically it was hammer go mode, but I mean, like WinFox was also able to go mode like 3 dungeons, right? Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ak on the path to get his Samaria, but as you can see, WinFox is on the top of GT, or excuse me, on top of the pyramid now, and I mean he can fall all he wants. He's got time. He's got time.
That is very true. Yeah, and I certainly would not expect WinFox to have any real mishaps happen basically on this fight. Like yes, like you are correct that he can certainly take his time on this fight. He's got tempered, he's got silvers, like
I mean he doesn't know that, but
right, yeah. And honestly, like I mean, okay, so I have heard that you never feel good during a rando race. I'm not sure if he, again, like he could not sequence break out the mitts. He had to go do Aga the long way, or sorry, he had to do Aga, period. He had to go and get his flippers out of Skull Woods in order to go get the mitts, and then based on something. Oh, okay, well, we might have red mail.
Put that dying to the test here.
Okay, we are past the dangerous parts, in theory. I don't think he picked up the ferry from
I don't know if he did
from Hammer Pigs.
I don't even know if he did it because he was Hammer Go mode. So.
Oh right, you're absolutely right. All right, is that gonna get Samaria before Windfox finishes? Maybe.
It's gonna be close.
Maybe?
I think Windfox is gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
fire. He's gonna have to, light the torch again.
Mm-hmm. All right, that is. Yeah. All right. Well, that is Samaria go mode, or that is go mode for Ak. Didn't he have to go get the pendant, which is definitely going to save him a little bit. But unfortunately, at this point, he still does have Meyer, and then of course the rest of GT. Just takes one. But you know what? Get your GGs on chat for Windfox taking a victory here in casual boots for week 2 for Farm Friends. Going to put 3 points on their scoreboard. Big GG.
Nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta feel good about getting that W against a really strong team.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, I think it looks like Ak did see, in this case, the dot done from Windfox. So get your G's on chat for Ak too. Like, I mean, he did a lot of really, really good things. It just happens to be that, well, you can't control where the items are placed in the seed. Windfox made the quite good decision for himself in order to go back to Eastern for the one item and get Samaria. Speaking of, we are here joined by Windfox, today's victor, GG's, and Ak, GG's.
GG Ak.
Okay, so GG's to you both. Windfox, why Armos? I don't understand the play. I mean, it worked out and won you the race, but I don't. Can you maybe explain what you're thinking going back there?
When I went up in Data Hera, it was green pendant. Obviously, it was my technically highest density outside of pod, not having the hammer. I was like, I did green pendant. Let's go turn it in. I was like, if I don't do Armos now, I'm going to hard last locate whatever is here. And if there's something here, I'm going to lose. And that was just the decision of just let's do it now, get out of the way. If there's something there, cool. If not, then I lose the race.
But why would you think that? Because it's a pendant dungeon. Why would you think that? Because what would make you think that the Ak would do it?
Every time I've watched Ak stream or do races, he just does some weird things. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen Ak even stream or play, so I had to do something out of my comfort zone and just play outside my normal of how I normally play. Like normally I would not have done that. I probably would have gone dependent or over to hammerless pod to find nothing, and then probably.
You weren't thinking Meyer at all?
No.
Also, to be fair for your agent, his reason why he did Armos is a much better reason why I decided not to do it.
Yeah, so let's ask you. So you're looking for, quite a bit of stuff. You got that hammer and you sequence broke those bits pretty early. Why not commit to the dungeon then?
Because I had convinced myself that the flippers were in the light world or in the eastern part of the dark world. For some reason, I thought you had no way to get over theirs. And I remember I got the bow in Village of Outcasts, so I was like, well, they can't be behind the bow. And then I was actually stuck. And I even pulled up my VOD, and I was just checking checks. And then when I found the flippers in Skull Woods, I was like, oh, yeah, you can get over there. It all makes sense now.
All right.
That's why I specifically was like, nah.
I got it. Windfox, you don't know how to do the double water walk?
I do not actually.
Okay.
I have been, over the last year, been too lazy to learn certain tricks, and that's one of them. I've just been too lazy.
All right.
Double water walk's a boomer trick anyways.
It is super boomer. Boomer. Yeah.
That's not for the new age rando runners. That's an oldie. No one does. It's almost like outdated once the Ancilla came around, it felt like.
Yeah. For sure. This was a weird race because Ak got the nits super early and put himself way ahead. Like this was Ak's race to lose for a long time. And then it turned on a dime when he didn't do Armos. I mean, we didn't know that at the time because he didn't do it, but we were still looking for Fire Rod. You guys were still looking for Fire Rod in Samaria. We had the information on everything else. So I mean, you had like one out Fox, and it really, or you had a couple outs because like Axe skipped left side swamp and stuff, but
Yeah, for sure.
there's a couple spots, but Armos was definitely the spot because as Axe showed, it was going to be his last location there. So it was a really interesting race.
It was fine to do Armos when I mean I'm assuming I understand when he did it. Like he didn't have hammer or nothing like that, so it's not like anything else really looked that good.
I mean, you can always find a reason to do anything, but Dip and Mire is one of the faster dungeons to dip.
Yeah. But I don't know. We had weird equipment and like I don't know. You're just like, what? You want to do everything fast, so you're like, I just want to go in there and get the
Hey, stop being nice. I gotta ask the hard questions here. I don't want nice Actiboker. I want smack talking Actiboker.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. You want something? All right. Fine. I got something to smack. Okay, Windfox. I got something to say to you, Mister. You said you were trying to metagame me, and the last seed I played was last week because I raced in League, and I don't think I've played a seed in like months. I haven't streamed in months. How the heck do you know what I was gonna do, dude? I didn't even know what I was gonna do.
I mean, you were in League last year. You were in main tournament last year.
I was not.
He was
No, I was not.
Oh my god. Has it been that long? Has it really been that long since you played? Oh my god.
And don't think I've forgotten about you, Mister. I can remember our very first
interaction.
Yeah, you remember, don't you? Yeah.
Ladder season 1, I know.
Do you want to spoil it?
Yeah,
it'll sound better coming from you.
All right. So season 1, very first ladder race ever. I quadrant glitch GT. And Ak happens to be watching my stream when I do it. And
No. You sent a message, Mister, saying you had a broken seed. And I was like, what's this guy talking about? And I was like, dude, you just quadrant glitched. You can't do that.
I don't know.
No, that's how the timeline went.
I don't freaking. Man,
and then I clipped it for you to show it to you, and then you said, yo, that's my most viewed clip. Thanks, dog. And I said, no problem. I remember this like yesterday, my friend.
Nice.
That was 3.5 years ago.
That's just like yesterday.
Yep.
But I remember how many items are in Hera, so.
Yeah, I think you did that a couple of times where you didn't count the items. I think you got all the items in the front of Skullwoods and then still checked under the bridge. So
yeah, like I said,
playing a little bit more random, man. Yeah,
nah, that's what I have. That's what my teammates are here for. They're here to carry. I'm just here to. Heck, if I actually know what I'm here for, Fear, but I'm here. So,
dude, I was surprised, super surprised when I saw it wash on the reveal stream.
So was I.
Well, GGC both. Do you guys have anything else you want to say before we head out of here?
Oh man, GG's. Thank you for the commentary. GG's on the win again, Windfox.
Yeah. Thank you. We're just hoping to not get relegated.
Well, you took a step today to not get relegated.
I'll be honest. I know we're one of the weaker teams in the league, but if we can just
I don't believe you.
Out 7th place, we'll take that.
Weren't you promoted last, to Invitational here?
Yeah, we were runner-up in the Open League last year.
So, sounds like you kind of earned your spot here at Invitational.
Yeah, realistically, you've earned your spot. Our team has not.
Well, 2/3 of your team, I think, earned their spot. So
I suppose.
Wow.
Yeah. Playing a bit, but no, man. I belong in the Open League. But I am actually glad we're in the Invitational because it would have been kind of weird having like Jim in the Open League. He's been playing like 4 seeds a day, man. The dude's a monster.
Yeah, he's a beast. Speaking of Gem, we've got Gem versus Tabby. I think is that tomorrow?
Sunday.
I
think at 1 o'clock.
So that's game 2. So check out for that. And GGC both was a really fun, interesting race to watch. Shouts to our tracker Ike here. Big props for doing all the tracking and keeping us in line. Claire Mouse, always a pleasure doing comms. Thanks for doing
Thank
this.
you so much, Fear. Yeah, it was definitely a blast. Thank you so much, Iker, for tracking. I mean, this guy has 10 eyes. I think even probably more so. Just the more he tracks. So thank you so much.
He's got eye in his name. I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, WinFox, big GGs on your performance. I mean, like, this is a very, it was a very strong victory for you. So, since the best of luck for Tabby, and of course Jem for game 2. Ak, it was such a pleasure always watching you. To see you, no.
It was
I mean,
alright.
like,
It was okay for me. She might have had a pleasure. It was alright.
I was like already so happy that you managed to ether the green guard, and use it on the bonus raid. That was amazing. And then of course watching like the double water walk. I mean, that was, like, because even I even asked Fear, like when we saw Miss, I'm like, can Ak actually get that? And the Fear's like, oh, he was just double water guard, and then bam, like you were there, and you just like you got your Zora prize, and then you just went for it. I was like, wow. And so
it did take me longer to realize that I could get them than it should have, but it was just like, there was like rusty gears clinking in my head when I saw those mitts. I was like, oh, those are mitts. I was like, oh, I wonder where the flippers are. Then I was like, wait a minute. Old Ak would have said, who cares where the flippers are? Go get them. And then like, I was like, oh yeah, I know how this game works.
There was shades of Old Ak throughout the race today for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I miss that guy.
All right, GG's everyone. I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here. Go watch some more rando. There's lots more rando going on right now, I think. So see y'all later.
Bye.
See ya.